This is Charter Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance in the Inland Empire today, joined by John Burnard. He is a councilman in the beautiful city of Riverside. That is where we are today. And I want to speak with you. Let's start with the city of Riverside and potential ballot measures in the city. What we know is that in the state of California, we're going to have 17 ballot measures. Many of them deal with taxes. We have Proposition 30 extension, we have a school bond, we have a cigarette tax, etc. It looks like in Riverside, at least in the city, there's going to be a school bond and also a sales tax increase.
That is correct.
Wow, it's a lot to stomach. Talk to me about that, sir.
Well, I think there's a lot of pressure for our local governments. They're feeling because the state and the federal is not supplying the kind of gift baskets we did.
Well-stated gift baskets.
I mean, they're struggling too. So as we see like Prop 47 and AB 109 that have pushed those realignment issues, and now the county's having to step up and house prisoners, well, we're seeing that turnaround, and it's forcing our cities to take a bigger step.
That's interesting.
Same thing with our roads. We're not getting the dollars to fund the roads like we used to, and yet we are dozens of years behind on paving, street and pavements, curbs and gutters.
About Riverside is that during the Great Recession, San Bernardino is falling apart. They're declaring bankruptcy. Your sister cities are struggling like there's no tomorrow. Riverside was doing very well. The Renaissance was marching forward beautifully. I don't remember there being deficits. And now we're out of the recession. The Renaissance is behind us, and Riverside's facing a deficit, and San Bernardino's not.
Yeah, well, we held it together. We kept our expenses low, and we've managed the city extremely well over the years. But there comes a time of reckoning where you've got to get caught back up. So if you defer maintenance for too many years and you put those costs off for getting things taken care of, you have to catch up. And when we fall behind many years on our tree trimmings, we fall behind on the number of police officers in our city. Because
Renaissance was really about revitalization. It was about building as opposed to maintaining.
Correct.
Great explanation.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the proposed sales tax increase. Go to the voters in November. 1 cent increase would raise about $48 million a year. That's a good number.
That is a very
good number. It's a general tax, so it needs 50+1.
Yes.
Why now? Why is this the time to do it? Why a cent as opposed to a quarter or a half or two? Or what's the secret sauce?
We did surveys. The city did some surveys with our residents. We surveyed each of the wards. We took a pulse, and the residents want the quality of life throughout the city of Riverside. And the poll numbers came back very strong.
64% in the most recent poll just came out, said they would support a 1 cent sales tax, well over the 50+1 that you need. They're looking for the money to maintain 911. They want the money to stay in Riverside. They want full accountability. That's expected. But it is positive. But are you concerned, though, that if you consider that there's going to be the Prop 30 extension, albeit it's just on millionaires, but also the Riverside school bond.
Yeah.
Are you concerned?
Well, I always have concerns anytime the taxes are raised.
Right, yes.
I mean, is that going to slow down the economy? Is that going to cause businesses to quit investing back into it? It's always good for me to see a business invest, but when we have infrastructures that needs to be taken care of, this benefits the businesses as well. And as you talk about, Riverside's done well. We need to continue to maintain that level and continue to grow the city.
Can you leverage the sales tax to get any other funding? Like, for example, I know with counties, if you're a self-help county, you can leverage sales tax for transportation projects to get state and federal dollars. Can you do that here?
You can do the same thing here. You can leverage your money, put it partially in, and get bonds on it. Your bond ratings are better, so your dollars are lower expense to maintain those.
And you just went out for bonds, and I saw your bond rating was quite good.
Yes,
I saw that.
And you know, we had a little bit of a challenge. Standard & Poor's put us as AA, and we had to go back and discuss our position, and we were able to get it back to a AAA plus.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're doing good, and that saves our citizens millions of dollars.
I want to talk about criminal justice reform, if I can.
Oh, absolutely.
It's such an interesting discussion. I have the good fortune of speaking with leaders up and down the state, across the nation, and now is the time where left, right, and center, there's a lot of hunkering for criminal justice reform.
Yes.
What does that mean? It means different things to different people. But folks on the right are looking at criminal justice reform. The era of mass incarceration has caused a lot of anxiety for different reasons amongst different people on the political spectrum. But here in California, we've had AB 109 because of a Supreme Court case that says our prisons were overcrowded. Prop 47, a voter passed initiative because of apparent frustration with the incarceration of those with low-level drug offenses. But there are ramifications of those.
Yes.
What are you seeing?
What we're seeing is a quick turnaround. We may arrest somebody 3 or 4 or 5 times for nonviolent crime. They go to the county jail, and they get sentenced for maybe a year. But within a month or two, they're back out on the streets, and they know it's a revolving door. So we're not seeing any type of punishment that's enough to say, I don't want to go back to jail.
Here's the question, though. Under 47 and 109, I believe, monies were supposed to come to local governments to help with rehabilitation programs. Has the money arrived yet? I thought it was supposed to arrive this summer.
I'm
Do
not.
you know? Yeah, because it's a county issue. It's not a city.
It's a county.
Right. Well,
but the words I'm hearing is no. But if you also think about the speed at which government takes place, if you're going to shift the burden of prisoners from a state facility to a county facility, how soon can we build a county prison?
Right.
We haven't even seen the dollars yet. And this, what, Prop 47 was 2012?
Right. I'm not sure. Maybe 14. But be that as it may, Riverside City is the seat for Riverside County.
Correct.
And so, is there a county prison in the city? Or a county
No.
jail, I should say, a county jail.
There's a county jail.
So are some of those AB 109, 47 folks being released into Riverside City?
Absolutely.
Tell me about it.
Well, we see a large population. From my understanding, the way this has been working right now, anybody that is in the Banning jail
Right.
and lives on the west end of Riverside County
Got it.
is transported and dropped off in the city of Riverside at downtown.
And do you have
that puts
services
them-
for them?
Just like any other city, a minor amount of services that are available. We're strapped. The
And
county's
that's what's so
strapped.
frustrating because, look, I believe, we are people of goodwill. And if someone served their time, I would hope we would want to help them get back on their feet. But like you said, we're strapped.
We're strapped.
And so, well, what can the city do? Because you make an extremely good point. I asked you about whether money's come down. Well, it's a county issue,
Yeah.
but yet they're being released into the city. So what can you do?
We can try to provide services. We can try to find them housing. We've got our homeless outreach teams that
What
are
about
available.
the faith-based community? Are they able to help?
It's a great question because the faith-based community is a very giving community,
Right.
Just like our entire city.
Well, Riverside.
But we don't operate as one wheel circulating around a hub.
Can we?
We should.
Right.
And we need to.
Right.
Right now, it's a lot of the faith-based organizations and Good Samaritans that go out and help them out in various locations, but it's not always getting them to the wraparound services they need. They may need mental health. They may need doctors. They may need help getting jobs.
And that's
putting
another
resumes
proposition
together.
on the ballot, to provide housing services for the mentally ill homeless.
Yeah.
So that's going to be on the ballot as well. Quick question about homelessness. We know LA County is really suffering under a homeless crisis. How about Riverside City and County?
Our point and count has gone down.
Oh, really?
So we are making a difference. Just yesterday, we got 4 homeless individuals into services.
Nice.
And we are looking at trying to expand that so we can create a campus that not only gives us emergency shelter, but then offers long-term shelter and then transition into housing. And then it'll have that medical service, the mental health services, and all the other wraparound services to get these folks back up on their feet and get them back into a place where they're comfortable and where they're moving forward.
Let it be. I mean, that's, in the end, like I said, we want to help.
But it's a struggle.
It is.
And we've got to keep working
Sure.
on it.
His name is John Burnard, City Council member in the beautiful city of Riverside, California. My name is Brad Pomerance in the Inland Empire, Charter Local Edition.